Oh yeah, I'm back, my homies, and this is for not for a wander around where I show you a bunch of stuff, or a video where I don't talk and just put up captions, or it's not a bike ride. This is a grup date. You better believe it is. Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Here I am, out on a wander. Don't look too close at it because this is also my next bike ride, so you'll get all of this in in fast forward, so that's good. Yeah, just decided to grab the old camera as I left the house. I was gonna do the walk anyway, so might as well get a little bit of a grup date in, you know what I'm saying? Pat it out. There's a bunny over here, let's see if you can see it. A lot of rabbits out here. I think people started releasing them, and then you know what happens with rabbits. Yeah, so it's supposed to be a little bit drizzly today and not so hot, so this, you know, bloke with the fat arse is deciding to get out and check things out. At least check out if my human body will, you know, keep me going for this walk. I do this walk all the time. It's along the Fraser River, around Richmond, all the way to Steveston. I do it all the time. I used to fucking hate this walk. I used to fucking hate it before I moved to Calgary, because it just reminded me of how much I hated Vancouver. Now I'm okay with Vancouver, so that's all right. What's going on back there? So that's the Fraser River. South Arm, I guess. I would imagine. Maybe it's the North Arm. I can never remember. Doesn't matter. Airport is across the way. You all know this. You've seen this video before. Done it plenty of times. Up ahead, after I get underneath the next bridge, there's a little deke off where this fella's gonna have to pop the old bird out, fucking rock one, because I was hammered down a big coffee before I left, and of course you know what happens when this guy gets a coffee in him. He starts to percolate down below, and I gotta fucking drain the weasel. Be that as it may. Yeah, there's this. Anyway, you know what it is. I recently purchased a, what do you call it? A 360-degree camera mount that is like ratchet, so that I can actually turn the camera. So when I'm riding my bike, I can like aim it at like one side or the other. So that's pretty good. Like there's an airplane taking off. Oh, it's Flair Airlines. Oh, log that in your memory bank. Those don't take off very often. Rocks. So anyway, yeah, there's in the next couple months, there's going to be a few interesting things transpire. I'll let you know in a minute. Well, don't say I never take you anywhere. I mean, we've all been here before, I know. No point in saying, Jeremy, actually I've seen this footage before. The odds are pretty slim, considering there's, you know, my viewership's dropping quicker than fucking... What's that guy doing over there? Dropping quicker than Phyllis Diller's boobs when she takes her bra off. And I ain't kidding you. This is the Fraser River. Look, another airplane taking off. One day I shall be on an airplane. What brand airplane is that? Prime Air? Never heard of it. Rock to Piss just off the boardwalk here, because it looks like there's some kind of work going on up where I usually rock one, so that's terrible. These fucking boards are slippery. If I fall down and hurt myself, you know, I'm old. If I take a bail, I'm liable to just break my hip. And then what? Then fucking what? That would be bullshit. I'll show you the... Hold on. Holy fuck, how many people are there? Hold on. I'm back. Thought I dropped my camera. Couldn't find it in my bag. It was in some side pocket that, you know, is meant for, you know, espionage and spy stuff. So that was funny. Evidently I didn't, because here we are. So yeah. So, you know, Vancouver's great. You know, I got a bike. That's fine. I can ride around and do shit. But I am slightly limited in my journeys. Like, if I want to go on a road trip, I have to rent a car. And that's expensive. No matter what way you look at it, even if you do it in the low part of the season, it's expensive. The last couple times I did it on Vancouver Island, it was relatively cheap because it was off season, and for some reason renting a car on Vancouver Island is relatively cheap, like $150 for like 4 to 5 days. Because I guess they figure, what are you gonna do? You got Vancouver Island to go to, and it's not like you're gonna take it on the ferry and come over here and spend an extra $200. So it's expensive. Plus there's hotels on the other end, right? So even if I wanted to go to, you know, Possum's Crotch, Saskatchewan, for some reason, you know, the motel in Possum's Crotch charges you $115 a night, even though for, you know, 99.9% of the year nobody's in the hotel. So I guess they're figuring, well, we gotta fucking make money back, so someone's desperate enough to stay in Possum's Crotch, Saskatchewan, they'll stay here at, you know, fucking Rural Road 272 Motor Inn. And that's bullshit. I've had it with that bullshit. And when I go over to Vancouver Island, oh, for fuck's sakes, fucking jogger. When I go over to Vancouver Island, I stay at the hostel. It's like $45 a night off season. Hold on. Right. It's like $45 a night off season, which is good because I take the ferry over. That cost me $20. You know, I take the bus into town. That's $2. Spend a couple nights in Victoria, $45. But the thing is that becomes too samey. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna want to do something else. At least I am. You know, some people are content with sitting on their fucking arse in their house until they turn to dust. And I can't do that. I gotta get the fuck out. You know, I'd love to be over on that island, except the mosquitoes are probably thick as fucking J-Lo's arse. But so my plan is, I've had this plan for several months now. My plan is, I'm gonna get a car. You heard me right. This guy's getting a car. Now, of course, he's not gonna get a fucking Cadillac or a, you know, fucking driving around in a fucking Escalade or anything, or a Porsche or some fucking thing. I'm gonna get a small car, big enough in the back, if I lower the seats, that I can sleep in it. So when I go on a road trip, you know, I'm getting good mileage because the car is small, and go get the peanuts, you piece of shit. There it goes. And I can sleep in the back. So if I do drive to Possum's Crotch, Saskatchewan, and I think, oh well, it's, you know, 8 o'clock at night, the sun's gonna go down in 4 hours, I can just park on a fucking side street, jump in the back. Bob's your uncle. That's my fucking hotel. Now, sure, you know, if I'm gone for a week, I'm gonna want to stay in a hotel at least one night because I'm gonna be fucking pretty ripe after sleeping in the back of a car and, you know, zero hygiene levels. You know, if there's an emergency and you know, the fucking teddy bear's arm is poking out and you gotta take a fucking Kathmandu, you know, I'm sure there'll be facilities for me to do so. I'm not gonna be in the middle of nowhere and, you know, put myself in jeopardy. I mean, I can rock a piss anywhere. I can rock a piss right here. I think I have rocked a piss right here. So that's the idea. Now, I mean, like, what kind of car am I gonna get? Now, I mean, I've always thought, you know, it's gonna be a used car, and I'm not paying very much for it. You know, I'm buying it from a reputable fucking dealership so that I don't get, you know, scammed from some fucking fly-by-night operation. What's going on up here? Has he got one of my peanuts? He does. What? What? And I'm in no hurry. Like September, you know, I don't want to buy one in the summer because what's the point? You know, everyone else is driving around, going on road trips and shit. Plus, the entire north of BC is on fire because, you know, there's no such thing as global warming. So I can't go up, you know, there's a lot of places that are literally fucking evacuated because they're on fire. So that's not good. So, you know, September, something like that, you know, early September I have 2 concerts to go to, so there's no point in getting it then. Now I'm looking for something like, you know, a Kia Soul. I think I can diagonally sleep in the back from corner to corner if I drop both back seats, move the drinker side seat all the way forward. I think I can sleep in there. Now, you know, Honda CR-V, you know, Toyota RAV4, something small. You know, there are situations also where, you know, every car in the world now you can drop the back seat. Now, I could sleep on the back seat with my feet inside of a trunk, you know, but, you know, that seems a little bit budge. I'd be more concealed, but, you know, it's like halfway sleeping in a coffin. It's got to have a CD player, aux in, hopefully, you know, maybe, you know, USB, so I can keep my phone plugged in. But all of that stuff, like, CD player can't be fudged, because, you know, I've got, like, 300 CDs that, you know, would go good in a car. It also needs to have, I don't give a fuck if it has power steering or power brakes or fucking power windows or whatever, but it does have to have one thing: a sunroof. I want a fucking sunroof in my car, and I'm not compromising on that. I don't give a shit. If I find a vehicle and I go in and I look at it and it has everything I want except the sunroof, I'm not fucking getting it. I got priorities. So yeah, you know, I'm not gonna get an Escalade or you know, something massive like a fucking minivan and then camper it out in the back. No, I've done that. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do that. I want a small car. I want to be able to drive, you know, 500-600 miles and then kip in the back, and I got a Coleman stove. I can make coffee or eggs and bacon or slow fried bologna. Ooh, that would be good. Fucking file a goddamn bologna steak all up in that piece and cook her for 20-30 minutes, get it fucking real tender. Ooh, medium rare. Oh, fucking mouth is watering thinking about it. So that's the thing. I'm gonna get a car. And when I get a car, another thing I'm gonna get, quite possibly, is a tent. So that, you know, if I find one of those free little campgrounds, and by free I mean I'm gonna stealth camp in a graveyard, which is my plan. That's another thing. Stealth camp in a graveyard. Who's gonna be in the graveyard? Especially in Possum Scotch fucking Manitoba. Nobody. So I'll get a tent. That's $100. So that's my plan. Jeremy's gonna get a car, and then I will be on the road. And road trip videos, of course, I film them only for me. You know, you, the home viewer, have given up on me a long time ago. So, oh, for fuck's sake, hold on a sec. Why does there always have to be people where I am? I can't stand that. But okay, yeah. So, you know, sleep in a graveyard. I've already been on Google Maps. I should show you the picture of the Google Maps that I have, where I've starred like little diners, places to eat, places that have coffee beans that roast their own coffee beans, graveyards, you know, places that I can pull the car in and fucking go to sleep. And that's all I need to do. You know, and it's not like I'm going to be putting, you know, thousands of kilometers on this car commuting every day to work. I mean, we all know that this fucking fat lazy prick doesn't work. Oh no, there's more people coming. You can see him right there. Dirty prick. As I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by dog walkers. God! This fat prick doesn't work. And, you know, my budgetary constraints have basically given me the option of not working. So, and I hate work. There's nothing more that I hate than work. I don't like working. I don't like being at work. I don't like going to work. I hate all of it. Even though I did it in Calgary, I had a full-time job. Fucking 5 days a week. You know, 6:45 to 4:45 or whatever it was. Or 3:45 or whatever, I don't know, fucking doesn't matter. 5:40, that doesn't matter. I don't even remember, because as soon as I left work for the last time, I don't give a shit anymore. I don't work there. But, you know, I can work, but I don't want to work. Fuck that. There's a bird kind of sanctuary thing over there. Let's see if I can get a shot of it. There's like owls and all kinds of weird shit. Look, barn owl nesting box. Do not disturb. Hey, mate. Nothing. So, yeah. What better thing to do than be like, I'm I'm getting a little bit restless. Maybe I'll drive up to Vanderhoof. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll drive to fucking Dawson City. Maybe I'll drive to, you know, I'm gonna make my triumphant return to Calgary one day, you know, in my car, park my car like outside the building that I used to live in, take all the walks that I used to take, sleep in the car, leave. They don't owe me anything. You know what I mean? I'm making all the fucking, that's my fucking city. I own it at that point. You know? Go down a few nostalgic fucking side streets, pick up some nostalgic coffee beans, go to some nostalgic thrift stores and graveyards, see my dad in the graveyard. These are things that, you know, and I can just up and leave. You know, I could drive to Calgary in 9 hours if I mat the fucking car. But I'm not going to do that. Because what's the point? It'd be like, oh, well, it's 6 o'clock. Maybe I'll just stay here in whatever town I'm in. You know. And look, there's a little burger shack. I can grab a burger. Fucking chill out. Hang out. Find some free Wi-Fi somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Put up a bunch of pictures on Instagram. And then, you know, when I'm done, I go home. You know, and then I can also take my mom grocery shopping or take her out to Steveston where we're going now, have fish and chips. You know, she'll be able to get out of the fucking house. And her son will be able to fucking take her. Instead of being fucking, you know, trying to, you know, I'm not going to double her on the bike. I'll tell you that right now. So anyway, that's it. Get in the car. As I get closer, you'll hear about it. And probably when I go and buy it, I'll bring the old camaraderie with me and fucking film it. Because after that, shit's getting real, man. You're gonna see some fucking... Remember all those videos that I made where I was doing road trips into the interior and shit like that? And I would show you these beautiful views and stuff like that? I remember it as if it was only yesterday. Oh, it was some of the time I would just drive and relax and stare off and fuck off. Just go watch the videos over again. It's beautiful in here. Look at this. There's a golf course in there. I've been down this trail, and then when it went around the edge there, I rocked a piss over there. Not an amazing story, but a true story. So yeah, I don't know what else I'm going to film the rest of the way. This was just a update about the car. You know, and you know, hopefully, you know, for the 5-6 people that still watch, you'll be able to get more enjoyment out of it than you do my pickup videos, which are few and far between now because I don't really buy anything. I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you fucking a book I found in a book barn somewhere. I'll tell you that right now. That's bullshit. Look. Are you looking for adventure? Yes. Yes. I am. Look, interactive app. And you can go on a scavenger hunt. I'm gonna go on a scavenger hunt for thrift stores out in the fucking middle of nowhere. Oh god. Imagine being at a thrift store fucking 1,000 miles north of Vancouver. What am I gonna find there? I can only imagine. It's gonna be nuts. Fucking nuts, man. Nuts. You know, or being at a burger shack up in fucking just way up north. I've been looking, like, I'm gonna be fucking near the Yukon Territory and fucking Northwest Territories, man. And you're gonna join me on that. That's my goal. I mean, you know, I film for me. You know, my mom can watch the video and be like, that looks really good. You know, it's entertaining for me to rewatch my adventures because I had them and then I filmed them and then I uploaded them to YouTube and then I watched them. And some other people watch them too. You, the home viewer. Anyway, I'm gonna keep walking. If I see anything worth filming, sometimes there's a cow up here. If I see a cow, boy, you're gonna get some cow footage. If there's no cow, no cow footage. These people on the golf course. Hey, mate. Here's another thing. So, owning a car that you can sleep in, right? Put this in your head. Renting a car and staying in a hotel. Renting a car and staying in a hotel, you have to plan your itinerary, like down to the fucking, not to the minute, but you know what I mean, like to the point where you're like, okay, I leave my house at 5 a.m. I gotta get to the hotel in Creston at, you know, check-in time is 4 o'clock, so I have to be there after 4. So, and then, you know, you rent the car for 5 days, you gotta have the car back by 10:30 in the morning on 5 days from when you rent it, or you pay a whole different day, right? Owning your car that you can sleep in, none of those problems exist. You can leave 5 in the morning, whatever, same thing. Go for a drive. Your hotel is wherever you are. So, you know, I'll have a cooler with freezer packs in it. And like I said, if I'm away for 5 days, 6 days, one of those days I'll just, you know, look on my phone and be like, okay, well, there's a hotel up here that's whatever, 80 bucks a night. Well, 80 bucks is worth having a shower and sleeping in a bed. And, you know, whatever. But I mean, like, I won't have to carry luggage, you know what I mean? I won't have to carry all that shit. I just file in the back seat of the car. Doesn't matter, you know? Like I said, Coleman stove, cooler with ice packs in it, my fucking big 60 slabs of bologna in there. Fucking that'll last me the whole goddamn time. 5 days worth of bologna. But you see what I'm getting at? Like, really, the only thing I'm paying for is gas and bologna. And maybe a hotel if I stay longer. Plus, like, so, you know, I get in a situation where it's like, huh, I thought I was going to be home in 3 days, but it's actually going to be another day. You know, like, I see something on my fucking itinerary map, or it's like, huh, look at that, there's a place over there that has the world's largest spool of thread or some fucking thing. I'm gonna go check that out. You know? Off I go. I mean, listen, our legacy is nothing. You know? We're just gonna all end up fucking dead. You know, some people have already decided that they're dead, and that's it. That the rest of their life is just gonna be doing nothing. That's fine. But ever since I got the taste of adventure, you know, my whole time in Calgary was just a fucking one constant vacation. 3 years worth of fucking living the dream. Moving there, having never been there. I mean, you know, every time I turned left instead of right and go down a street I'd never been down, fucking adventure time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get out of the house, man. That's the thing. Like, you know, I buy a tent off Amazon. What's that gonna cost me? 80 bucks, 100 bucks, something like that. I've never slept in a tent. And then, you know, you pitch a tent up in a graveyard somewhere in fucking rural Manitoba. I might see a gorst. Imagine that. Gorst. But yeah, you know, it's very easy to sit on your duff and do nothing. Very easy, trust me. And it can catch up to you. You know, I can play video games, no problem. But the video games will always be there. You know, the odds of me catching up with my backlog is fucking slim. So I just gotta like play stuff, enjoy stuff, and you know, get it done when I can get it done. You know, I don't have to feel guilty about fucking not playing video games. But, and this is the thing, like, you know, you go on a 5-day road trip, come back, it makes being here all the more, you know, valuable. Then you understand where it's like, fuck, I can't wait to get back to Vancouver so I can, you know, be in civilization after being in Possum's Crotch, fucking Yukon, right? Where your only friend is a black fly and a fucking possible bear attack. Plus, like here, the only time I get to drive around here is when I go out with my sister to thrift stores, which means I'm beholden to her to go places that aren't like transit accessible. Once I get a car, boy, she's in for a shock. Because I can do whatever the fuck I want, whenever I want. I wonder how long I can keep the secret of me owning a car from her. That's the thing. So it's like she's picking me up to go thrift stores. Meanwhile, my car's parked right there and she doesn't even know it exists. I think I'd probably keep it from her for about a year. Because I'm not paying for gas. I'm not driving my car to thrift stores. Fuck that. Fuck that. Unless it's just for me, you know what I'm saying? That's a nice day though. Yeah. What time is it? 9:30. Okay, well, the cows are up ahead somewhere. Maybe I'll film some cows. If they're there. Hopefully they're there, because they're really neat looking cows. I touched one of them on the nose one time. Oh, that was exciting. You ever touch a cow's nose? Oh, that's the kind of adventure I'm talking about. Rights. I don't know if you can see the cows out there. They have a white stripe in the middle of them. Usually they're along this fence here, but they're out there grazing right now. Not very exciting, you can barely see them, but cows, everybody. Cows. See, Honda CR-V, that would be an excellent vehicle. There's a newer CR-V right there. That would be an ideal vehicle for my purpose. See, gone are the days of station wagons. You know, I'd love to have a Volvo, what are they called? V60, or what are they called? Is that what they are? You know, station wagon. But, you know, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, Kia, these are the kind of vehicles that I want. Like, that's why I said, like, Kia Soul, that's listed as like a, you know, a very reliable used vehicle. Looks like a book barn here. And, you know, I'm not gonna buy a Ford or a here, you can look. I'm not gonna buy a Ford or a Dodge or any of those fucking things. Forget it. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, you know, I don't care how reliable they say a Ford is or a Dodge or a, you know, I just don't believe it. I was told by a BCAA service vehicle driver, he's like, when you buy a vehicle, think of these two words: Toyota, Honda. See, there's a Kia Soul right there. See, I think I could fit diagonally in the back of that thing. That's ideal. And, you know, I think it's 4 cylinders, so it's not like, you know, I'd be fucking spending $1 million on gas or anything. But also, I was gonna say, so I could take the car, go over to Vancouver Island on the ferry. That's like $100, maybe $80 off season. Drive around there, never have to spend a cent on a hotel, go see Brandy, literally sleep like in the car, and then take the ferry back. It would still cost way less than a hotel and renting the car. So there's that too. Look at this. What's going on here? Fucking Liberace's here. Think about it. You see, a Subaru would be nice, but for some reason Subarus are more expensive, and I'm not putting the fucking extra $5,000 into a fucking Subaru. There's no way. Like, I'm buying this car, it's gonna be less than 10 grand. Like, all in, we're looking at car, insurance, BCAA membership is still gonna be under 10 grand. So, you know, I'm not spending $15,000 on a fucking car. I'll tell you that right now. And I ain't kidding you. But yeah, like, it's literally gonna be like my camper, and I'm gonna keep it in fucking tip-top shape. I'm not gonna let this thing go to shit. And, you know, I'm gonna make sure it's, you know, all the oils and the fluids are changed and all that shit. See, there's another Subaru Legacy there. That would be awesome. Proper station wagon where I could flip the seats down. And but I'm not, like I said, I'm not spending that kind of money on a Subaru. Oh, 10 o'clock. You know, a CRV, that would be pretty good, but that's a newer one. And, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not in any rush. I'm not going to buy a car in the winter. Let's just put it that way. So if, you know, November rolls around and I don't have a vehicle, well then, I guess it'll happen in the spring then, won't it? See, Toyota RAV4 would be great. Easily enough room back there for me to sleep. But, you know, like I said, I could drop the seats in a sedan and then sleep with my feet in the trunk. You know what I mean? But I don't really want to do that. And like I said, sunroof is mandatory. 100%. I am not driving around without a fucking sunroof. I don't give a shit. Anyway, that seems to be enough of that. yakking about a car. I'll get back to you on the flip side. Well, I milked that topic for all that it was worth, so I'll bring you back to the regular scheduled shite that I usually upload. Should be another bike ride in the next couple days. The weather's supposed to get better, so come along on that journey. And like I said, you'll be coming along on some pretty crazy journeys. Thousands of miles into the hinterlands of British Columbia and Alberta and Saskatoon. You better believe you will. Grubgun signing out.